The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. Smarter than you, Lizard Lips! Holy fuck, you're not even wearing pants! You're not even smart enough to cover your dick! Can't even cover your fucking cloaca, ass motherfucker! Look at me, I'm a lizard, I'm covering my cloaca, fuck you! You don't even know what a fucking Ascian is! Exactly! As the local Ascian stands right behind you, glaring. Because let's be honest, the Warrior of Light might as well be a fucking Ascian at this point. Let's be honest. They meet all the criteria. They're just missing, like, a chunk of their memories. That won't be hard to get. We have Azem's crystal. It wouldn't be that hard to fucking Ascianize ourselves. Local Ascian glares at the stupid lizard. Alright. What's Vegeta's name? What's Vegeta's name? No, I'm not calling him bitch. Pronoun. You've got 5 letters. Unless you want to call him Prono. No, it's... bitch. Hang on. Like, a lot of effort's been put into it, like... Despite the fact is, like... Honestly, like, it is definitely a fucking, like, porn world, though. Golden Shower, as an example. Comedy! Comedy! It's a golden shower! Just give me left trigger to fucking click things. I'm sorry. Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that, right? Yeah, he just fucking, like, just leaps over it like that. That's not even animation on that. Bruh!
Just, like, monitoring me, he's like, I'll say something embarrassing. Why not?
Multi-booba fan art win. Look, when if someone draws it, I don't care if they draw, like, 14 individual big fat titties all the way down looking like a centipede. I don't care, I'll still retweet it, it'll be funny. I feel it's gonna end up with the final boss eating all the soul cells. I don't know, just a bunch because I saw these things. Yeah, I feel like Svnt is just gonna be like, ah yes, now that you've killed Zeralja, I can enact my true plan to devour all the souls of this source. Nom 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 nom. Fuck. God is dead.
Isn't that charming?
That was horrifying. I might be washed. I might be washed. Getting into school is the entrance exam. Like, how actually do I get in? They originally was Ada and Evan. God looked upon them and said, "Whoa, gender dysphoria be upon ye," as a test. And so they began their transition to become Adam and Eve, the world's first T4T couple. And it was good. And then the devil came down and tempted Eve with the apple of cissitude. Upon consuming the apple, oh my god. Hello, my chat. Brocca went live already, so here I am.
It's my process.
Mm-hmm.
Do not knock my process.
I'm not knocking your process. Thank you for the hydrate, Rain Sand. I went to my favorite, like, little breakfast place, and I got something that they call winter berry, and all I know is that it's purple and blue. All I know about it. It looks like purple antifreeze, and I'm here for it.
Valid.
By the way, this is an adorable model you have there.
Aww. I have others, but like I turned them off for today because I want to be focused.
Focus on the furries.
Focus.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. One of them's a scaly. We can't go off brand. I say that,
Doing
but my
the
character is
one.
going to be a scaly, so.
Shame. Not everyone is gonna be fluffy.
I mean, okay. So my idea. So, no, I'm not gonna do a Kogsune. No, like, no, like I don't think so. I tried hitting the create character button. It's not working.
The live is not living.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'll just say my character concept, and Bessie, if I say something that's like is not possible in the system, please tell me. My concept, my idea, is a Hydra blip named Rae'Chel. Left head is
Tell me that you're at least using protection.
left head is called Ray. Right head is called Shell. He's a Hydra.
Hell yeah. What are you expecting mechanically for that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think there are a couple different ways to do that depending on how much mechanical application you want to do it. You could just say you want to do it, and I'd be like, yeah, cool, and
Okay.
then that's it. That's kind of the end of it,
Okay.
right?
What would be mechanical things for that?
If you want to do it mechanically, I would probably have you take the decentralized brain surgery, which is in over in the operations section.
I did
And
see
that just
that.
means that your brain isn't in your head. It's kind of spread throughout your body, which
Mhm.
has the benefit of making you not critically injured by headshots.
Yeah.
And would kind of reflect that you're not, all in one spot.
Yeah.
That does have a credit value attached to it because it's technically an upgrade.
Yeah.
But I can find out how much it costs.
Sorry, I should probably have the PDF open on the side for when we start all this stuff.
Like I saw like an art piece of a Hydra furry like a few weeks ago, and I was just like, oh, I want to do that because they were just being sassy to each other because it was someone's D&D character and they were picking a lock, and the one head was focusing on it and the other head was being like, you call that picking a lock? You broke 3 pins, and like she was such a bitch, and I'm like, yes, I need this.
Yeah, like if you just want to do that, it's certainly within the realm of possibility of the actual setting itself. Brain decentralization as an upgrade is kind of pricey at 1,500 credits because it gives you a lot of benefits. You can't be stunned, you can't be like knocked out as easily. Your head's no longer a weak point, stuff like that. But if you're just looking for the aesthetic, then you can just have it. You're a blip with 2 brains.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Gets really sad. Get like one head blown off, the other one has to live with like the stump on his shoulder. Like, oh no.
Right,
Until
you have a lot of surgeries available to fix that kind of thing.
I was about to say until you get a new one like cloned on, and then you can have a moment of like the Mauler twins from Invincible, just arguing back and. They are delightful.
They are delightful.
Yeah.
I enjoy those too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why live stream does not seem to be streaming. There it goes. Now it's going.
Oh.
It was just frozen for a little bit.
Okay.
Right. I feel like we should maybe go around the horn and see like have everybody plug their stuff and say who they are.
Okay. Probably. Do you want to start?
Yeah. Okay. Well, for my chat knows who I am. For those who don't, I'm Braca Quiltusk. I'm your friendly neighborhood orc bardrista. Just playing here with these wonderful people, getting ready for some character creation in a setting that's very near and dear to my heart. That's something I've wanted to play for ages, and now I'm finally get the chance to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've lived the Cyberdoll. My chat knows who I am. You better do. I do a bunch of stuff. Like I'll do getting a lot more into tabletop stuff over the last year. I do have one question for Messi though. How do you pronounce this? Because I've heard 7 different pronunciations.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to figure out which one of my hands. is grabbing your foot is this one. Fantastic. I now have control of the beans.
No, not the
Jeez.
beans! Not the beans!
Oh no.
The source of my power.
Svnt Dracones is the way that I typically say it. If you want to throw a whole bunch of different, phoneticisms into it, you're welcome to. But it's Latin, which has been a dead language for a long time anyway. So,
No.
like,
Valid.
you're not necessarily mispronouncing it.
Unless you're Catholic.
But yeah, the V is a U.
Okay, I figured.
And the HC is also occasionally written as HIC, depending on who's writing it down.
Svnt Dracones. I figured because I've studied Latin before, and I was like, that looks familiar, but I don't want to like just push my own anthropology bullshit onto it.
So it was a phrase that was written on the Hunt Linux globe, indicating parts of the world that you shouldn't necessarily go into because they don't know what's there, and it's probably dangerous because people
Here
are
be dragons.
Yeah, and it's not a specific reference to a dragon in the game. It is a reference to the concept of an area beyond borders that is larger than you are able to handle.
I mean, it makes sense here too. Also, the first thing when we talk about Latin, all my brain goes to, but in Latin, Jehovah starts with an I.
I mean, no. I mean, if my insane college anthropology professor is to believe, the term dragon does not actually refer to an actual like creature. Like the origins of the term actually means like the unknown. And then it just turned into dragons over time because we would say, here be dragons on the map, where it's like places we don't know where it is, it could be dangerous, and people would draw monsters. And people started associating that word with the monsters.
Idea of the unknown or danger or just the undiscovered. And the caution that if you travel into this area, you are tempting fate.
Right.
Which is sort of an ongoing theme in the game.
Who wants to go next?
I guess I will. So, I'm Messy. My real name's Emily. I wrote Svnt Dracones, and the various accompanying tomes that go with it, as well as a whole series of different adventure modules that you can pick up, some miniatures, card details. There's a couple novels. HSD is actually pretty big at this point. First edition came out 10 years ago. Second edition came out, what are we at? 6? 5? Something like that? I think 6 years ago. Mastered, which is kind of the DM's guide / monster manual, came out, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago.
Hello,
maybe 2.
beautiful.
I think the current plan is, for those of you who are in fact book collectors or whatever, this trio was always the third book in this is Sound and Silence, which is just lore. This trio was always intended to be the core trio for this game. There's probably not going to be any other large hardcovers unless they're campaign books. So if you are looking to get into HSD at some point, the kind of trifecta of core material is printed and available.
And where can we find them?
All you need to play it is the master book. You can get them on DriveThruRPG, or you can go through my website, which is weapongradesfunk.com, which will then direct you to DriveThruRPG.
Let me put that in the chat.
Yeah, please. One of the things with a book of this size and paper quality and color and whatever is, unless you own your own printing studio, brick and mortar distribution or sales just isn't a thing. They cost too damn much to make.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So it's print on demand through DriveThruRPG. But yeah, there's a whole lot of different materials available. So if you're looking to get into a new game, this one is not necessarily new anymore. It's pretty robust. There's tons of material out there, lots of adventures to play. We would love to have more players.
Yeah.
$69.99. Nice.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I think that's the is that
Premium one. That's the premium one.
That's the premium one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the standard one should be cheaper too. Those
Yeah.
used to be a lot cheaper after the first load of bullshit tariffs came through. They all got more expensive, and I'm sure they'll only get worse. So
Yeah.
we may be in a somewhat permanent PDF distribution
Yeah.
for people who do not own their own print studios.
Yeah.
Hasbro.
Yeah.
So hey, chat, if you want me to get like all 3 of those books and put them on the shelf behind me that you will see every time my cat is in my lap, I don't know.
Yeah, and lastly, Ari.
I'm Ari Aries. I stream over here on Twitch, sometimes post art on Blue Sky. And this whole setting, this whole game, it is completely new to me. I don't not at this point I am not quite sure how I got here, but yeah, I'm curious about trying it.
You got here because I tempted you with the ability to play a goat that literally has eldritch powers.
Good.
That is true. But now I'm thinking of go that blows stuff up.
I mean, you can do that too.
Yeah.
There is a quill implant for that.
Yeah,
It's also
it's just
bombs.
it's just that I have no idea what is possible, and there is a lot of fucking letters that I am not gonna be able to read on my own.
Fair.
I don't know.
Valid.
I'm gonna play a Hydra girl with 2 guns, a gun for each. That's
Valid.
one gets the left
I'm-
arm, one gets the right arm.
I'm looking at playing a golden retriever like anthro, or I've been wondering maybe if it's possible like semi-feral, I guess, or semi-lateral in this case, where
Isn't
it's
that-
like, you know,
Isn't that lever stance?
probably lever stance, yeah. Where it's like, it's just some art that I've seen floating around FA where it's kind of like a sphinx, but yeah, I guess the thing is like it's a sphinx sort of, but without a human head. So it'd be just like furry body, like your typical anthro body, but the limbs don't have hands; they have paws, and the back legs are still digigrade.
So
Yeah,
some
if you have a link to reference and stuff, there's probably a thing that we can pick that'll do that.
Let me
So,
see if I can pull something up on good ol' for Affinity.
something like what I just posted.
Let's see. Not exactly.
Why is this horse wearing boxing gloves?
Okay, the question is on which hooves, though.
On its front hooves.
Dear God.
What's this BoJack Horseman ass motherfucker here? What the hell? This like it's reminding me of like when My Little Pony like got like when like bronies started trying to be like, you know, seen as like more mature, so they started giving ponies guns and they had to figure out how quadrupeds could use firearms, ignoring the fact that their recoil would break their teeth. Y'all have seen the My Little Pony guns, right?
I have, yes.
No.
Yeah, like basically it's like they is like a saddle that has like a gun on it. That like the barrel is like raised over their head. So like it would, by the way, which would deafen them because like the barrel, like this whole thing is going between their ears. So their ears are going to just take a full like sonic boom. And they're pulling the trigger by biting down on a bit that has a solenoid in it. And the recoil is then being transferred to their teeth then, because that's how physics works. They would break their teeth. So, if they fired this thing, after too long, they would go deaf and lose all their teeth.
Makes 0 sense.
I'm sorry, like, that just really annoyed me back in the day. Like, it is it's a fantasy world, guy. Come on, they have swords and spears and stuff.
And things that they can somehow hold when they're on their hooves without having fingers.
We do not talk about Pinkie Pie's weird-ass Velcro hooves.
Right. Just, whenever I think of that, I just think of that fan animation where Derpy goes insane over muffins, and there's just a moment where Lyra is just like, hands! And just looking at her hooves, just like going crazy. And then like Bon just looks over and just goes, "She means no."
Oh boy. Did Pinky literally use a piece of
Or
tape? That was season 1. They got rid of that real quick. Alright.
or like or expecting a thing like in Adventure Time where the deer just takes off its hooves and it has fingers.
Oh
The freak
god.
deer.
In me and Linen's tabletop system, we actually made a monster that has something like that. It's called the Maljack, and it is just a weird deer creature, and it has those little hands.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I
Um,
no.
God, for some reason, since I moved to the East Coast near like Appalachia and stuff, I have been like intrigued by the idea of the not deer phenomenon.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. How do we? Yeah. Let's go. Because Messi did say
Yes,
earlier
let's do
that they
it.
can't say the whole
We
time. So
Yeah, because kids.
yeah.
Ooh, where's the
I didn't catch
capture?
everybody's pronouns, by the way.
Oh,
Her.
she, her. Yeah, she, her
Here.
from me as well. Here we go.
Creature.
Just
Um.
here we go.
God.
Yeah, for that picture, you're just adding aesthetic basically to a lateral.
Oh, okay. Nice. I kind of figured that would be the thing, but I wasn't entirely sure.
You can either do it as a blip if you want to, or you can just kind of say like the lore that you make for this is more a decision of what you want your background to be than it is a matter of mechanics. If the intent
Right.
of the character is to be a biped that occasionally drops to all fours, you're going to play a standard character and you're just going to narrate that they do that, but they still have
Right.
abilities to use hands or anything else that they do when it's convenient. And you might say any reason why they do that. It could be some form of morphism that just kind of makes it so that they drop down once in a while, or perhaps it's a personal choice. Maybe it was a surgical decision. Alternatively, if it's intended to be played as a lateral and just happens to have
Tried month! A month, Jack! Don't be so ridiculous! Shit's gay all year round, son!
Or
It
like,
comes down to after the game wise, do you want to be on the whole time or do you want to be upright most of the time?
that's true. I've still been kind of like waffling back and forth between that, so I was probably going to just like make one version for each, and then when the time came, just settle on one of them.
The build process is a little different between like standard vectors and lateral vectors.
Mhm.
So it would take a bit more time to do that. You
Okay.
could.
I mean, we can do a standard right now and save that for another day if you want.
Well, it's just a matter of if you want to be making two characters at once. Laterals have to make some decisions early in the game about reclamation surgeries that vectors don't have to make.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I just wanted to keep in mind, like, because you said you needed to leave at some point early because of needing to pick up the kids.
Mhm.
So I wanted to just keep that in mind.
Um.
Okay.
We get the one character. We get the one character done, and then like hopefully we'll have absorbed enough information that you can do another one after Messi leaves.
That makes sense. So I say we can do. For my end, we'll do the standard biped, the standard vector, basic body, I guess.
I looks like we're missing a character in the roll 20.
Oh, that's because I haven't added mine yet.
Also mine. I hit the add character button and nothing shows up. So
Yeah, it's not doing anything for me either.
Why was one person able to do that and others were not? That's weird.
yep.
Here we go.
Yeah, one just popped up.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know. I'm gonna refresh the page and maybe it's an Opera GX thing.
Roll
Oh,
20
there
has a
we
link to
go.
play with and be present. There you go. Cool.
Yeah, the random names on Roll20 are weird.
Yeah.
Also, just so folks know, this isn't like any artwork that I've commissioned or anything. It's just a picture I found on For Affinity that I liked that kind of represented what I would want to go for this character.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I'm just looking for something myself, just get like an idea what I want to do, like visually. So let's see,
Mhm.
Hydra, female, solo, rating safe, 2 heads.
Mhm.
Let's see.
I have something you could probably use.
Huh?
Let me find it first. I know. Here we go. Source on this first, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Google Lens. Here we go. The original version. The full size image first. We can copy that. There we go. Boop.
Okay, waiting for it.
And boop. There you go.
Hang on. My
Good old
boyfriend's.
Yui Sabadius.
Yes, hang on. My boyfriend's whispering from the door. Fucking speak up. I don't know. We have pizza. You want to do the pizzas? The big one, the supreme. I just wait till Sai gets home. Love you.
Mel, I will boop you. I will boop you for that.
Yeah, I'll take the twin Tiamat dragon. That I was thinking that each had to be a different color, and that works. Just go all the way down.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Hang. See, so it was either gonna be that, or I was going to just crop. There's no genitals on this one, so it's probably fine. I was just gonna crop. I was just gonna crop this one. Putting. So.
Quiet you.
Damn.
Both of you. Why is my chat doxing me with my puppy girl sit? Fuck off.
Arf, puppy girl, get in the cage.
Screw you all.
No.
Just
You
kidding, I
did it
love
to
you.
yourself.
I'm a puppy girl at least 1/4 of the time. It means I get to bully you about it.
Ah,
Hee-hoo.
fair. Anyhow.
Token stamp.
Mel, really? The roommate redeem?
And they were roommates.
When y'all are ready, let me know.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I just needed to recalibrate my model for a sec. Let me also adjust my screen. Here. Oh. There we go. It looks better. Okay. So who wants to go first with character creation?
Well, we'll kind of be going all at the same time.
Yeah.
We're just going to go through each step simultaneously, so everybody
Okay.
will pick at the same bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hydra.
the book is separated into a couple different areas. The whole front of it's primarily lore, just to kind of get you interested, or taught about what the setting is. Crunch time is where sort of the math and stuff takes place for the character building. That's
Okay.
on 117, which is probably 118 on the PDFs.
Yeah, here we go.
This thing on the right gives you the rundown of what your steps are. So you'll want to be referencing this page just to kind of make sure you've gone through everything and you're kind of done when the steps are finished.
What page does character creation start on? Just one so I can follow along.
Starts
118.
118. Yeah.
Oh, yo, this. I'm just gonna I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be using this as like an art book for like if I need ideas for stuff. Because look at this fucking page here, this rock show. I love this. Oh my god.
There is a lot of really pretty art in these books. I have
Yeah,
a lot of artists working on it. There's a lot of collaboration that took place.
So like
I actually recognize a couple of them.
Yeah. I started writing
Yeah, many of them have stayed along for the entire project. I've got a lot of repeat artists that come back for additional books.
I
It's a pretty simple formula. I tell them what I want and then I pay them what they ask for, and
yeah,
remarkably
exactly.
they keep coming back.
Amazing. Yeah, like I started writing some short stories set in like a universe I came up with when I was like 12, and I've just started like building it over time. And I'm like, yeah, no, like there's like I always have issues with like one of my species, which is exos, which is fairly similar to your vector idea. And I'm just like, yeah, no, if I need an idea for like a visual, like I'm gonna come here for inspo. Like just something I
So
do
yeah,
for
on
fun every now and
117 and 118,
again.
that'll be where we're starting off. And you'll see that the first
Okay.
step written down there is apply family abilities and scores. So abilities, boons, and faults given to you by your family choice, which is 123.
3. All right.
Um, as we're doing this, I'll kind of explain how the system works, but I find rather than getting bogged down in math right now, it's kind of best to pick on vibes. Because you're mostly trying to build something that aesthetically fits what you want to play anyway.
Right.
Oh.
So we would start on 123, which is probably 124 on the PDF, should have a bird on it and a
Yes.
little panel off to the right.
Yep.
And those things on the right are your family choices. Your family choices are kind of big, broad boxes that contain various different types of creature, categorized by animal family. If you have one that your character easily slots into, just go ahead and pick that and enter it into your family on your sheet.
Okay.
And if you don't necessarily know where you belong, let me know.
So like a Hydra would be a reptile, so it'd be reptilia, right?
Yeah, if you're trying to go with like the dragon one, you'd be going with
Yeah, yeah.
Reptilia.
But because they're special, like they're a blip, how would that get
Right,
put in? Like,
blip gets figured out later. So right
Okay.
now we're just picking family.
Okay.
Blips have families too.
Okay.
Which were the goats again? Ungulata?
Right, yeah,
it
if you're
should.
trying to do goats. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing goats, it's ungulata. Okay, what the heck happened to the window capture? Is it because I minimize it? It's because I minimize it.
Yeah, you can't
Okay.
minimize it. You need to put you can't minimize it. You just gotta leave it in the background.
Right. Okay.
That's
My
the
bad.
downside to it. Okay. So once we get
So, so where do I put the stuff in that is underneath the name of the family?
So let me look at what the character sheet looks like for y'all right now because I don't have it up on my screen.
yeah, so they get
Okay,
abilities.
cool. So you see the thing by name under name that says family?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So put that in there. And then the stuff below that, so for Unglet is simplify resolve saves, and then boon fault selection, athletics, protocol, medicine will hit in a second. So for ability, you're just gonna put that one in ability 1 over there for it's on the right side of the sheet.
Simplify endure saves, page 120.
Simplify.
And it doesn't necessarily need to have a page number. Simplify is just a game mechanic that changes dice rolls, so you don't necessarily need to reference the page for it.
Okay.
And then boon fault selection, we will hit here in a second.
So I have a question. Race and species. What is the difference there? I'm actually curious. Or we get into that later.
Race is between vector and cog.
Oh.
Or Kuxune, or actually, Mastered introduced a bunch of new ones. So there's the Kuxune, there's the you can play the Palemen, you can play Exonymphs and stuff like that. So that's your your overall race. Species is the thing we're going to pick next.
Okay. We briefly touched on the Palemen and Exonymphs in the lore video we did, or the lore stream.
We did, but very, very briefly.
They're playable as of the most recent book.
Love that.
So if you wanted to list over one in person, that option's available. On the next step, gonna hit your species.
Mhm.
Okay.
So species is kind of anything within that family. And they're detailed a little bit more in the lore section, but it's not actually giving you anything specifically. It's kind of like your aesthetic choice,
Right.
so that you can kind of figure out what you're looking like. So in this case, if you were trying to do the two-headed dragon that you had, you might pick some sort of inspiration for what the dragons are modeled off of, if you wanted to, or you can just write in dragon because you're doing a blip anyway.
Oh, I just put Hydra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine too.
Mhm.
And it gets a little funky because there is a entity in the game called that, but
Mhm.
I'm sure we can keep it separate.
Oh, I bought Hydra. Oh, like this thing? No, no, no. From the myth. From the myth.
From the myth.
Mm.
Oh, you could. There is actually a two-headed snake in mythology. You
Yeah.
could reference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Hydra.
Amphispiana. No,
Oh,
Amphispiana.
no, I'm talking about the Hydra, as in like from
Right.
Hercules' 12 Labors.
I know, but I was just looking
Okay.
it up. There is another thing that you could reference for two-headed snakes.
Oh. I specifically like I'm being a little bit autistic, I
I
know,
know.
but like I
No,
specifically
I know.
want
I know. You're
the
good. You're good. Just my brain wanted to like look up stuff.
yeah.
But yeah,
It was this or Orthros. I'm gonna be honest. I'm on a Greek myth kick lately. I don't know.
fair. But yeah, so for species on my end, it would probably be like golden retriever or domestic dog, probably.
Yeah, whichever one feels better to you. Again, it's not necessarily awarding anything specific. It's mostly to keep track of, what you look like.
No.
Okay. Right. That done.
Morphism is or okay.
So while we're on the family stuff, we are going to pick our first little bit of actual like generation decision making that's done here.
Ooh.
On the page that's written about family and the generation modifiers, there's a little thing that says, um, the right of the list of abilities, boons and faults related to the family you selected as your character. Select one of the 3 listed proficiencies by your family and mark it at the boon on your sheet. If you look down at the proficiencies, which are the skills, at the bottom of the page, athletics, communication, CQC, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Next to them, there's an F and a B.
Mm-hmm.
That stands for fault and boon. You want to pick one of these things to be something that you're kind of particularly good at, and 2 of them to be something that you have a hard time with.
Okay.
And you'll just click boon for the one that you're good at, and fault for the ones that you don't. Yeah, if you want the full like in-game description of what these do, it's on page 119 or 120 on the PDF. I'm kind of skipping over a lot of the granulation right now so that we can actually get through the build, and you can go back and reference things if you want to.
Right.
Yeah, just
But
while athletic and medicine is kind of self-explanatory, what is the like short explanation of protocol?
so in the book on 120, it says protocol, knowledge of security protocols, corporate time protocols, social hierarchies, ranks, and insignia, knowledge regarding weapons and combat equipment, costs, laws, and other social nuances. It's kind of a general history score. It's used primarily with community. It's kind of understanding what you're seeing in a space or how something might behave in a space when it has to do with larger industries.
Okay.
Okay.
So one of them is boon, the other 2 are faults.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 are faults, right? You're picking them out of the ones associated with your family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going with fault in athletics and sabotage and boon in communication.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I figured the canine ability for simplifying checks with athletics can kind of help to soften the blow for the faults, and also because my girl is not about the sabotaging as much as she is about just like learning information and passing it on. She's an info broker.
Yeah. I'm going Boone in medicine and Fault in protocol and stealth because I'm imagining that like Ray is actually like relatively intelligent and like well learned, and then Shell can't keep her fucking mouth shut.
Okay, I love that.
Kind of hard to be diplomatic when you've got another head being like, man, that guy's got like last year's spacesuit on. What a fucking loser. Are you poor?
God.
I mean, if she's
It's
a
gonna be
blip,
great.
if she's a blip, she has to come from like a relatively wealthy family, right? I can imagine just one of the heads just being like such an elitist.
Mm.
Like that is
emerged to play a brat.
oh god, that was one of the characters. I was gonna play a small mouse girl called Samantha, and she would speak entirely in mouse puns
Love it.
because she's aware of how annoying it is.
That was also something we had talked about in the lore stream, was about playing like a Ratatouille style chef who used the stomach ability for the stomach reclamation surgery to just hold poisons
Oh god.
and then just like be like a hitman style assassin and just spit in people's food.
Excellent work, 47. You've killed the healthcare CEO.
Like eat whatever because they've cloned basically a lot of the animals from Earth, right? So like
Yeah, a bunch of them.
so basically just eat fugu blowfish and just store the poison in you until like you need to like make somebody dinner and just spit in it, just spit out the poison in it when no one's looking.
Alternatively, be a fugu blowfish flip. Fuck! Ah! I bit my tongue. Ah! Fugu blowfish blip. God.
Yeah. That would actually be kind of funny. But yeah.
So the next step would be applying morphism modifiers. So this is the part where
Right.
you're going to decide how your character is kind of shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Morphisms begin on the next page, 124. The ones available to you are basic body, hybrid, lateral, micro, tarism, lever stanced, and aberrant, which actually aberrant might be good for your two heads thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That sounds fun.
If you were
Complicates.
planning on being a biped anyway.
Yeah. Fault, stealth. Wait, I already have stealth as a fault. Does that...
You would just put the spare fault somewhere else. You can pick a different
Okay.
spot for it.
Does it have to be one that I've already got? That is... I'm sorry, I'm confused. So like any skill, or like just at the end, I just have to keep note I have an extra fault I gotta do.
No, you can put it anywhere you want to right now.
Okay. Sorry, I got confused.
Yeah, you can actually so you can't double fault or double boon something, but you can put one on the other to cancel them out. So if you wanted to get rid of having this other fault, you could put it on one of the ones that are booned and they would just neutralize.
Oh.
Or you can put this other fault someplace else. At the end of character creation, you're going to be given a bunch of boons that you can go over some of these faults and cancel them out if you want to, or you can put them in other spots if you want them in max. It's kind of up to you.
Okay.
Nice. I like that.
What does operate do?
Operates using a tool as it's intended to be.
Ah, okay.
As opposed to sabotage, which is using a tool in a way it is not intended to be used.
Yeah. I'll put the extra fault in communication. Just continue the thing of Shell being a loudmouth.
The two heads bickering trope.
Yeah.
Well, that exactly would be hybrids.
So hybrid is just sort of like what it sounds like. If you've got a character that is supposed to be a mix of two different species, two dramatically different species in most cases. If you wanted to have like a mutt, you wouldn't normally take hybrid. You could just pick basic body for that. But if you wanted to have a cat dog, or a goat dolphin or something like that, if there's just an aesthetic that's a mix that you want to have, you could pick hybrid to get that.
And lateral is another fort. How does it miss with extra and slows that?
I didn't catch that. Was that?
I'm just mumbling because there is just uh, if the explanation is somewhere else, then I have a hard time with understanding most things.
Perk, add wings,
What are you trying to
tails.
find?
Just figuring out which one I want. Probably just basic body.
Gotcha.
So the perk from here. Add wings, tails, aquatic, or arms to your character, blah blah blah. Like, how would that work here? Oh, whoops.
It kind of depends on what it is. This is one where you would be petitioning for a feature because it's just sort of like a unique little build.
Okay.
So most of these are done by a basic surgery called limb augmentation, which we can go look at what that typically allows. It generally involves a great deal, like a little bit more utility, because you can have extra arms or anything like that. If we look over at limb augmentation,
Page is that?
I'm tracking down the page right now. Operations is kind of a big chapter.
Yeah. Under custom. Ooh.
What?
Thank you for the follow, Jack Umbreon. I have no idea why I'm focusing, so my stream notifications are just really loud to me for some reason. Like I'm like entering like the focus zone, and like it's just bringing me out of the reverie.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That reminds me, Liv, should we do the whole share chat thing?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know how it works. I tried it with Chris the other day, and it was not working very well.
I'll admit I don't know how to do it either. Just maybe we can do that in like a future stream.
Yeah, we'll do it later. We'll do it later.
We'll figure it out because normally Nurse is the one who helps me do that whenever we're streaming V Rising with Grinds on Tuesdays, but they're busy right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So limb augmentation or addition is a 600 credit surgery. If you wanted to take the effects from decentralized brain, I'd be okay letting you do that. That's a more expensive operation, but you're giving up bonuses from some of the other morphisms to get it. So it's all right with me. That's the one that
Okay.
seems to make the most sense for the anatomy that you're trying to go for.
Yeah. It's always a fun time, like playing a rule set for the first time, and it just immediately going to something's like, hey, that's not super supported by the book. Let's figure out a way around it.
I mean, that's kind of the intent of this particular system was to allow people to play their personas, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like if that is what you're going for, it was niche enough that I didn't necessarily see the need to put
Yeah.
in a specific rule set just for multiple heads.
Yeah.
But there are effects in the game that reflect it pretty well, of which decentralized brain I think would do the job. So if you were to pick aberrant anatomy, which is what this would qualify as, and decentralized brain as your kind of perk, you'd be set, I think.
Okay. Where do I list that?
So you're gonna be writing your morphism down on the character sheet. In the morphism section, it's in the top right of the first column there, next to race. You're gonna be putting a fault into where the fault is listed, which in your place you're gonna put a fault anywhere because you've already got a fault in stealth. You're gonna just write down in your personal quirks and abilities. You'll just add that you've got decentralized brain. And if you wanted to be able to reference that, you'd put the page number.
Thanks.
And that is what page number is that? I'm sorry.
I put it back. Hang on.
I'm sorry.
Copying stuff out of this book is not easy.
Yeah, it's that thing with PDFs where it always sort of like aligns everything to one side, and then you have to just like backspace, backspace space, everything. Each line.
Raka, Control Shift V.
Mhm.
It lets you
Okay.
lets you paste without formatting.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that next time I do that.
258.
258. Thank you.
Mhm.
Gonna read that like for my own benefit.
Now, does basic body get any like special things, like some like perks or drawbacks like the other ones, or is it just there's no real drawbacks or perks for basic body?
So everybody, if you look at the way that the things are written down here for all these other ones, they all have a fault. Basic body doesn't get that fault. You are essentially looking at the benefits of privilege. These faults
Okay.
are in place because your morphism kept you from being able to necessarily integrate perfectly with the world.
Right.
You were held back from certain areas because of your appearance or bodily function. Basic bodies weren't, so they're up by a fault.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Did you want to go with that, or did you want to go with the lateral?
I think for this just example stream, I'm just gonna go with basic body.
Okay. The other thing you'll fill out here is the stuff awarded there at top. So your shape, your base move, and your base mass.
Okay.
Those are all written down there. Just add those to your character sheet.
Where do you put the
Where-
shape?
Yeah, where do you put shape? I'm not seeing it on the sheet.
I actually don't think there's a place on the sheet for that, because that's literally reflecting your character model. Like when you make
Okay.
a token, you're just going to make it in that shape, which is in the case of everybody here, just a single hex.
Right.
Okay, and then we just set our base move and base mass to whatever they
What's
are.
written
So
there? Yeah.
okay, that's fun.
Basic body, that's 5. That's 3 move, 5 mass. Okay. Oh, thank you for pinning that, Mel. I appreciate it. Mel pinned the link to Weapons Grade Funk.
Yay.
Yay!
Now, when anybody new comes in, or if we get raiders, then they will know, hey, go here. Support awesome stuff.
Man,
That would be cool.
if only my mods
I could
thought
use
that far
some support.
ahead. But we need to support. We need to support more tabletop games that aren't just goddamn Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because fuck whatsy.
I am so sick of like sword and sorcery as well. Oh my god. Like it's like D&D started going down that road. We're like, oh, go play Pathfinder. It's like, how about you don't play something else, a different setting, please.
That's why I'm glad
So
we
many
played.
games.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad we played the Indiana Jones one with the legends. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, and then in March we've got Household.
Yeah. It's literally like when me and Lennon are making Sassy, like the number one thing we have, number one rule is if this thing trends too far towards swords and sorcery, we're backing up and deleting what we put in. Like it's like because our system's supposed to be able to fit any setting. And I'm just like no, we are not falling into the D&D trap. We're not doing that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what's next?
Yeah, what is
Okay, so the next bit is the part that's probably going to require a little bit of actual explanation regarding like what your choices mean, because we did kind of skip by the rule set of the game for this, just because that's reading that is probably best done independently, or done with the character. Are you ready? So I can show you what to roll.
Yeah.
If you go to page 129, you're going to see the character progression sheet. This is the core engine by which you're growing in this game.
Mm-hmm. I did actually read this, but I did not understand it super well.
So it works like a lot of skill trees. You're basically just spending experience points to move along these trees in different orders. You start the game off with 210 experience, and you move along these trees from the left to the right, spending the experience written at the top. So you see, 10, 10, or scroll to the top there. Yeah, 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 15. That's what each one of these choices costs in terms of experience points.
Right.
If you look on page 130, 129 in the regular book, you can see a bunch of red circles indicating some basic purchases and their costs that the book recommends if you're not trying to do like a min-maxed character. I do kind of recommend following these for new players, just so that you don't have to bog yourself down in decisions that only really matter at the beginning of the game if you're trying to min-max. If you're trying to play somebody who's balanced, you can literally just pick the thing at the far right there that says first 3 full columns, 180 XP,
Okay.
and that will knock down a lot of your choices and just keep you with a few things that you had to pay attention to.
Okay.
But in terms of definitions, proficiencies are your skills. Techniques are certain abilities that appear in combat and only in combat. So they're kind of like feats, but they're specifically combat based.
Okay.
Focus is a mechanic that allows you to reroll dice outside of combat or add +1s to dice outside of combat. So for skill checks. Notoriety is a purchasing system that gets you some kind of nifty abilities and stuff like that. It's used for adjusting your tools and making them kind of personalized. So if you want to have, like Han Solo's blaster specifically or something, you would use notoriety points to kind of augment that.
Right.
Readiness is the same thing as focus, but it's specifically in combat. So you have 2 separate pools of rerollable currency. Just so that you don't have to be worried about, like, I don't want to use this pool because we might get into a combat later and I need to have some rerolls available. You always know that your focus is used out of combat and your readiness is used in combat.
Okay. Also,
Movement
hi,
is movement.
Dragon.
It's just how many hexes you go. Boons and faults we kind of discussed already. Those things are kind of like built-in focus points, but they are there to augment specific skills. So if you have a boon and a skill, you can get a reroll on that skill or a +1 on that skill. And I think that's it for general decisions on this chart, with the exception of just like getting credits. There are a couple in here that just give you credit bonuses. A lot of the game does hinge on things like operations that you can purchase or equipment that you can purchase. So getting those credit bonuses can be more useful to you in some cases than getting an additional character sheet bonus. It really just kind of comes down to your preferences.
Right. I think I'm gonna go with.
I was about to ask, like, what is the difference between stat and perceive?
Literally a typo.
Ah, I see.
The stat is exert. Yeah, this is just an unfortunate reality of being a single person operation and the lengths of time required to get anything fixed in print on demand. Every
Right.
time I put a change into the book through, it's going to take it 2 months to get here as a proof, and if something goes wrong, we have to start it again, and I have to pay for that proof and the shipping. So anytime an alteration is kind of made to the game, you're talking about a 2-month turnaround and $100. And it I can't always justify that.
Yeah.
It doesn't
No.
always fly off the shelves at that pace.
Just wanted
Valid.
to
So
make
yeah,
sure.
the stat is exert. It's exert and perceive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
Right. So I did
And
the.
so
Ooh, that's cool, Ari. But yeah, you're saying? Sorry.
I'm just not sure what those hexagon are meaning there.
So those are related to your actual mind, body, and community statistics. We can go over a little bit about how the dice system works now, because this is a good time to know it before you make these choices. If you go to hey 110, you should see a picture of a cheetah on the left, and then a little chart on the right that says difficulty.
Okay.
Thank you for the follow, Glitch. And thank you for the sippy.
Looks like that.
Try to munch a munch check. Don't be so ridiculous.
Yeah, I have a jump scare sound alert.
It's gay all year round, son.
Thank you for the follow, Austin100. Always when I'm like focusing, like I go quiet, I'm just like, oh, focus and fucking.
Okay, so when you're called upon to make checks in this system to do things, it's formatted using 2 dice and adding a proficiency score. The 2 base dice that you're using are d8s. So typically, assuming you're working with a difficulty that is equivalent to your overall ability, you're going to be rolling 2d8 and adding that ability score to it. Difficulties will change what your dice rolls are. So if you're trying to do something that is particularly more difficult, your dice rolls will begin to go down. You can kind of see that in the chart that's down there on 109 or 110, I guess, in the PDF. If your difficulty is exceeding your stat, so mind exert, body exert, community perceive, whichever your stat is written down, by 1, you're going to be rolling a d8 and a d6. If your stat exceeds the difficulty by 1, you'll be rolling a d8 and a d10. It's just upgrading and downgrading the dice for every point you are above or below. So the more points you have in these stats, mind exert, mind perceive, body exert, body perceive, the higher dice you will roll when asked to make a check. The more points you have at a proficiency, the more points you will add to that roll when you're asked to make a check. Your goal is always to hit 12. So you always kind of know the target, and that's so that you can use your focus or your readiness to kind of augment your rolls. Like, oh, I'm only 1 away. I will go ahead and boost my roll by 1 using a focus point. The different statistics there, mind, body, and community, are what they sound like. They have to do with thinking, or they have to do with acting, or they have to do with speech and communication. Exert is your doing stat. That's the one that's involved whenever you're trying to actually do a thing. Perceive is your noticing stat. So whenever you're trying to notice a thing that's happening. So when you're going down that growth chart, you will see that there, there's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3. They're kind of growing as they grow. That's just literally the number you're putting in that stat. So if you're filling out all 3 of the beginning columns, you're going to have a 1 in every stat, and you'll have just enough points left over to bump one of those up to a 2.
Okay.
If you wanted to kind of min-max out the gate, you could probably drop one of them to a 0 or not go up very high with all the different stuff in between them, and you'd be able to get 1 to a 3 if you wanted to. Or you can just wait until you grow a little bit more, and they'll all start growing. HSD is not a class system, so it's not like D&D where you're like, oh, this is a charisma character, or this is a strength character, or something like that. And you can put stuff into wherever, but you're probably going to be using all of your stats to some degree. So just know that if you decide that you want to tank one of them, it may come back to bite you.
I love getting bitten. Tanking one of them.
This is also why the game recommends that if you're not trying to make a min-max character and you're just trying to get started early, filling out the first 3 columns is an easy way to do that, because chances are everybody wants to have at least 1 point in these stats starting off, or you're going to be in a situation where you're likely to fail a lot of rolls.
Right.
So, proficiencies and stuff. Like, is that something we do later, or?
Proficiencies are skill points. Yeah. So once
okay.
you've filled this chart out, once you've actually used all 210 of your experience, you're going to have a number of proficiency points that you have accumulated, and you can just put them into whatever proficiencies you want to put them into.
Where are those?
That's the thing on the previous page that says athletics, communications. So you can see all that stuff.
Okay.
On the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, they're skills.
Oh, okay. And
The only rule on those is you can't have higher than a 3 in that at the start of the game.
Okay.
So as you're distributing them, don't go over 3.
Okay, so put 2 there.
okay, one thing nice to mention, that you don't the stuff done is only on experience, where you take the stuff instead of doing anything on main. Okay.
Um, and then focus
so-
is out of combat rerolls,
Right.
and then techniques or feats.
Yeah, essentially, but they're feats that are specific to combat.
Okay. And I
So
imagine
they're not giving you any kind of ability out of combat.
Okay. I imagine we get those later.
Yeah, I mean, so you can pick them now if you want to, but we don't necessarily need to. Like
Yeah.
for now, you can just kind of keep track of how many technique points you have.
Yeah, I'll wait until everyone's like I'll just try to make sure like what I've got and everything. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you're gonna want to do at this point is literally just click these squares, and down there at the bottom it should be totaling, assuming this system is still working.
Yeah.
Should be
yeah, looks
totaling
like
what
it.
you've clicked.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. So at the bottom here, for mine, for example, it says 2 boons, 6 focus, 6 readiness, 4 proficiencies. I'm guessing 1 move, 0 initiative, 0 techniques, and 2 notoriety.
Yeah.
Right.
What is boon?
Boon is if you those get assigned to specific proficiencies, and with those proficiencies you essentially have a free focus point. So you're able to re-roll your one of the dice in your die roll on that specific skill when it's used. Or you can add +1 to the result, whichever one is more economical for you.
Hmm.
And so with boons, we can add that to one of the different skills here.
Yep. And if you wanted to add it to one that already has a fault, it would negate that fault, so you would just be neutral again.
Okay.
So if you feel like you're having too many faults on there, you can add a boon to it, and you'll go back to neutrality.
And then
Right.
and then notoriety is like for modifying equipment later on.
Yeah, notoriety is kind of it's a sort of a currency. There's a section on what you can spend it on page.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Mel. That's
132.
awful.
On page what?
132.
132.
Yeah, sorry. One of my mods said that they're sick, so I'm just wishing them well.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that notoriety can do is, if you look on 131, it allows you to get some kind of nifty little bonuses. So if you can use it to buy additional movement or additional evasion or things like that. So notoriety are kind of bonus character creation points.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
The only thing that's unique about those is because notoriety is kind of a combination of your reputation and also your physicality. You have to wait till certain landmarks in the game before you're able to spend it.
Okay.
So the landmarks are written next to it there. Landmark 1 is at 250 experience. Landmark 2 is at 500. Next one's at 800. Next one's at 1,150. Once you hit those
Okay.
points, you'll be able to spend any accumulated notoriety points you've got.
Okay.
So at the start
Okay.
of the game, notoriety is just going to sit there as a number.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Now, again, where it says 4 proficiencies on my experience sheet, I would put those in like stuff in the skills section.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Anything you want to, as long as you don't go over 3.
Okay.
So I've got 2 range combat, 1 sabotage, 1 medicine out of that, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I put 2 in communication, 1 in protocol, and 1 in stealth on my section.
What is CQC?
Close quarters
Close
combat.
quarters combat.
Ah,
Yeah.
It's melee.
Melee combat, yeah.
Snake, remember the basics of CQC.
I'm just you say that one, but I'm remembering the bit from TTS where Lehman Russ basically does the Navy SEAL creepypasta, but for 40K.
Oh god.
It's so funny.
Huh. I need
Gone
to
too
remember the
soon.
basics of CQC. I'm gonna eat this snake now. Alright. Okay. I
And
like this
operate.
level up system.
Operate is to operate machinery or tools as they're intended to be operated,
Ah,
You've read the manual.
as opposed to
apparently
sabotage,
not.
which is breaking stuff basically.
Yeah. You
Synth
did
1,
not.
Synth 2, Synth 3.
Yeah. You did not read the
Exactly.
manual, and you do not intend to.
Yep. Or better known as break shit.
I don't know if this Roll20 module was done in-house or whatever, but whoever did it, I appreciate them giving us big numbers. My glasses are still lost in the Canadian wilderness, and I appreciate not having to squint.
This was a commissioned piece, yeah.
Like, chat. This is what my Google Docs looks like. Look how big I've had to make the words so I can read them. Goddamn.
Okay, proficiency points spent.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm done. Like, oh well, everything we've done so far, so I think I'm caught up.
Same here.
When everybody's got their experience spent, yeah, just let me know.
Yep, experience and proficiency spent on my end.
Excellent. If we go back and check the next thing to do, fill in the soft scores using the wholeness chart to translate your base mass and total mass into wounds, evade, and endure scores, and provide information to fill out the remainder. So the wholeness chart is on 133.
33.
Go. Also, hi Dragon, welcome in. Saw you were here a minute ago. I just didn't want to interrupt the flow.
You're going to want to check where your base mass is, and then apply the wounds that you should have. So I think most of you are 5 for base mass, so you should have 10 wounds.
Okay.
I love wound systems.
Wounds are helpful.
Wound systems
And
are so
then,
good.
I enjoy the one that this one works out for. I mean, once we start getting into combat and stuff, we'll kind of cover how it handles. If you look over to the right, you'll see evade and endure scores that are also attached to this. So at the moment, your total mass is equivalent to your base mass because you haven't bought any armor. As you buy heavier armor, it's going to increase your total mass, and these scores will change. But right now, you can just put whatever is written across the board there for 5, which will be a 13 and a 14 in this.
Okay, 13 evade and 14 endure. Wounds, what is this, Warhammer? I wouldn't know. I haven't played Warhammer before.
Warhammer did not invent the wound system. God damn it.
Don't blame me. Blame Millennia.
I am blaming Millennia. When did the first thing of Warhammer come out? Anyway, actually, hang on. What was the first TTRPG system to use wounds?
Okay, since that.
Actually, when did Warhammer first come out?
That was in the 70s, if I recall correctly.
1983. That means Cyberpunk predates it. Cyberpunk gets dibs on creating wounds.
Uh,
Ha 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 ha. Cyberpunk was like 1982, I think. Cyberpunk 2010, I think.
Look it up
oh, okay,
while you're at
that's why.
it.
No,
Mel
here's the thing.
says Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sugmar, more like. I hate Warhammer, like Warhammer players sometimes. I'm sorry, I'm being a butt.
Well, you have to hear.
I was like, okay, it's mostly like the super chuddy ones that like I hate, but like that seems like that's so many of them
Oh, in
lately.
that case, you just hate Juds.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
I
tired
still
of
haven't learned how to play it.
I'm tired of like looking at cool things of the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Sisters of Battle, and then underneath just seeing like the worst people on the internet.
Hmm.
And granted, you see that pretty often, especially with whatever game is currently the chat magnet right now.
Yeah.
And with Warhammer, it's usually somebody with a Black Templar's friggin'
God.
profile picture.
Oh, it's always the Black Templars.
Predictable.
I feel so bad for a friend of mine. Like she started her transition and then like she had like this like Black Templar
Oh.
OC and she like did like a gender bend of her Black Templar. You can imagine the response.
Ugh.
Uh
Oh, Messy, that reminds me. When it shows the wounds tracker, which should we have the 10 in? The left or right side?
Whatever
I
you
just
can
asked
keep
because I
track of.
noticed right, because I just noticed the focus and readiness is under the right side one.
Yeah, I would put it in whatever, kind of makes sense to you. It's not like it's gonna do anything necessarily.
Okay.
So it's whatever reads better to you. You will be accumulating wounds. So like you want to have your total someplace that you can reference it, and then wherever you can keep track of the other one. But
oh,
it's
wounds
it's not feeding into any other mechanism. So.
wounds go
Okay.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right, so I've got that done.
Once that's finished, you're gonna be having pick out your reclamation surgery. All vectors start with
Yes.
one reclamation surgery.
The fun stuff, chat. This is the fun. This is where we get fun
Reclamations are-
stuff.
That is on page.
For operations, I think.
274.
Yeah.
Oop.
Reclamations are specific to your family, so you're going to want to find your family and then pick one of the ones in the list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I already know which one I'm going for. What was that thing you said? Shift V? Was that what it was?
Control Shift V.
Control Shift. Where's V on my controls here? Because a lot of my buttons have faded, or my keys have faded. So V is next to B, right? On the keyboard?
Yes. To the left of B,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We need to. Hey, Brocka's chat. Bully Brocka into buying new keycaps.
If I have the money to do so, I will do it.
Brocka's chat. Give Brocka money for new keycaps.
Please, I need help.
Hey, Brocka, what kind of keyboard is it? Standard?
Skytech Gaming.
So standard then.
Okay, Control V, and then what to paste it?
Control Shift V to paste it.
Okay.
Okay, and those are now paid for with the credits we start with.
No, we get it for free.
One
So-
for
Yeah,
free?
you get it for free.
Yeah, one for free.
The starting one you get for free.
Brocka, you have a mechanical keyboard, right?
Yes.
Are they cherry?
Cherry as in...
Like the type of switch? Are they cherry switches? If you don't know, I'm going to
color-wise?
if you don't know, then I'm going to assume cherry because cherry is the standard.
I guess so then.
No. All right. Can I post links in your chat?
I will let you do this, please.
Character limit. Character limit, damn it. Kitty! Is a baby!
Kitty. Dear.
Okay, you know what?
Where?
You know what? I was gonna send it to your chat. Oh, it's a goat!
Kitty.
It's a goat! I just saw the goat in the chat.
Kitty. Oh my goodness. Baby.
Braca, you should make your chat get you these.
What's the baby's name? What is the kitty's name?
Pixel.
Aww.
Pixel?
Yep. Pixel Pom Pom
Aww.
Rising Revengeance the third, but
He's a
Pixel
baby.
the first.
Okay, hang on. Well,
Of
now,
course.
well, now it's baby showing time. So my webcam's in use by OBS, so I can't use it in Discord. But if you look at my stream, you will see my oldest baby, in an orb formation.
Yeah, no worries, Mel. I'm in the same position. I barely have enough for rent and bills and stuff. I'm just
Yeah.
very stressed right now.
Yeah, that is
Stressed
Tetra.
and hopeful that things will get better.
Yeah, chat. That is Tetra. She is 9 years old as of October, and she's very stupid. She has too long. Her claws are too long for her paws because she's half much bigger cat, and she keeps slicing her chin open. So we had to give her nail polish, and by nail polish I mean claw caps. She's covering her chin because it's sore. Like, they need to do like band-aids for cats. Why don't they do band-aids for cats? Thanks for the follow, Balloony. I thought you were already following me, but alright. Thank you for the follow.
There we go.
Alright. Yeah, I don't know what I want to get for a reclamation surgery.
The options you have for Reptilia. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, regeneration's always really good.
Regeneration would be fun, because like then I'm a Hydra. I'm a Hydra. My head gets cut off. Back it comes.
That would
Oh, yeah,
actually
but-
work with the decentralized brain that you've got. You would be able to regrow.
So where do I put the reclamation surgery in?
Oh, it's
Inventory
Go
and
ahead.
augmentations, second tab. There's a thing at the bottom that says reclamation surgeries.
So yeah, sure footing. I can walk on walls, basically.
Yes.
Like a goat, I mean.
Oh, there's a generic reclamation surgery section at the beginning of this chapter for reclamation surgeries that any family is allowed to take from. So you might want to check through those too if there's not something in your specific family you like.
Yeah. I like the idea of a canine vector just taking reclaimed prehensile tail and just it just seems like it'd be very funny weird.
Where do
Also, thank you for the Hydra inspection.
Where do I put my operation? Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
You can just kind of note that somewhere.
I think my internet just shat the bed.
Oh no.
I think my internet
Oh,
just
dear.
shat the bed. There we go. My back. Am I back?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay. Sorry, everything just went. I hate the winter. My apartment complex doesn't let us
Yeah.
have actual internet, so I've got that T-Mobile 5G stuff, and it's the middle of winter, so if it starts snowing at all.
Yeah, it sucks.
Okay, so I found the reclamation surgery thing. Do I just put like on the left side what it is, and then the page number on and then the page number, or There's not really a box
On
for
the
it.
bottom section, there's a thing that says reclamation surgeries. You can just type in the name in the page if you want to.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, I am seeing one that might be fairly interesting, the surgical compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
How many operation slots do you usually have?
The ones that are up there in, I think, the shaded section. Here, let me check operations real quick. It's been a minute.
Page 277. Alright, chat.
Gotta work. We have a good stream. Bye, Braka. Bye, Braka. Bye, bye. Goodbye, Dragon. I hope you have a good day at work. Don't let them work you too hard.
Oh boy. Oh man. I'm just imagining now, just like Ray and Shell, they're just like they get into a fight, like Shell gets like cut off, and Ray is just sitting there like, okay, for the next like 3 days, I have enough silence to hear myself think. Or however long it takes for it to regrow.
That's why I can keep going.
So you have 3 operation locations, head, core, and dermis. In each one of those, you're allowed to get 1 operation and 2 augmentations. It is possible to buy additional slots using notoriety, or the thing that you just mentioned there will get you additional slots. So if you're planning on having a surgical heavy character, that's a good thing to invest into. If you're not really planning on having that be one of your kind of core build directions, then you don't necessarily need to.
Yeah.
I think
One of the things with HSD, and this is part of its design philosophy and also just the result of it not being a class-based game, is your path for advancement is really up to you. If you want to advance by spending all of your money on equipment, then you're going to be spending a lot of time in the equipment section, and you're not really going to be spending much time on surgeries. If you want to advance entirely through biology, you're probably going to be wanting to investing in anything that gives you additional surgical operation slots. Like there's a bunch of different ways to build a character. If you want to go into malware and be a hacker, there's a whole hacking section that has a bunch of advancements on that side. Once you've figured out your premise, that's the direction you're going to want to build. If you don't necessarily expect to have a particularly like, I want to have a lot of surgeries kind of character, then you don't need to pick up things that are going to boost those slots.
I think first I'm gonna see what kind of surgeries there are.
Alright.
Yeah,
Augmentation
this is one of
operation.
the things where you kind of have to read the section and just see what appeals to you. Like, if you want 20 of these, then you're going to want to invest in ways to get 20 of them. But if you're like, oh, there's only 1 or 2 of these that seem appealing, then you don't really need to do that.
We get the one for free.
You get the
Yep.
1 reclamation for free, and your reclamations will be given to you at your landmarks too. Like everybody gets reclamations throughout the game.
So you get to become more lizard, and I get to be more dog as the
Yeah.
game goes.
Congratulations,
Dari gets to be more
your
dog.
dog is now a lizard.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Oh
that's
god,
done.
I shed my skin every now and again too. Oh boy.
Now I'm imagining the incident you mentioned with Shell, where it's just like you have to peel it off of her head. Becky feel, just Becky feel so smooth. Becky feel. Okay, so that's done. What next?
Like, oh my god,
If everybody's ready
Ray.
to move on.
All right, so you got those figured out. Soft chords figured out. Next thing you're gonna do is pick a background.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are those?
134.
You.
Okay, there we go.
This is gonna where you're kind of figuring out what your character's background within the universe is going to be. So if you have an idea in mind, you can tell it to me, and I'll kind of direct you where to go. Otherwise, you'd be reading through these and picking whichever one kind of appeals to you.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going with the scholar background. I'm debating negative or positive because both are really good and they're kind of like similar.
And that is a negative and positive based on how your character has reacted to them. It doesn't need to be that your background specifically itself was negative or positive. Your character could be a have everything going for them, and it just kind of hurt them emotionally in some way, and that can be considered negative. So you're really just kind of tuning it based on how your character reflects on their own history, whether it was a
Right.
positive or negative experience.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go positive for mine.
So in this situation, you're going to see a couple abilities that are awarded to you based on your background. You actually don't need to worry about those yet because you only start being able to access them at your first landmark, which is 250 experience.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll just want to write down what your background is on the main tab there, so
Okay.
that you've got it and its alignment ability marked, so that when you get to that landmark, you will get those abilities.
Right.
I'm gonna say it's really funny that like just Rae'Chel is just from a wealthy family. Just like one is just like your normal like, okay, head down. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna go to medical school. I'm gonna get this. It's all gonna go. And the other was like oh my god, let's party.
I mean, that's what they do in medical school anyway.
Yeah, but like this one is split into two.
Let's see, I have 2 passives and negative alignment ability.
Okay. Oh, did I put my one of my like canine ability in the wrong slot? I have it under ability 1 under the, and I think I put it in the background slot. So would I move that over to
Positive.
like personal quirks or anything like that?
I didn't hear you. Sorry, what?
Oh, I think I put my canine family ability in the wrong slot because I think it's in the part where I would put the different background abilities. I put it there by accident.
Oh, okay. We'll just move it to where it would go.
Is it personal quirks, you think?
Yeah.
Or okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's a positive and negative alignment ability, or is it both?
It depends on if you are taking the background as a positive or negative for your character. Like, does your character consider their background to be a positive or negative influence on their lives?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you decide that when you pick the background, if you're going positive or negative with it. And at this stage, you're just kind of noting what that choice was, because you don't actually get access to that ability until landmark 1.
Okay. Um. I'm gonna say that Rae'Chel has like a positive thing. Like she had a good childhood. It was wealthy and well to do. But like otherwise she's fine with it, you know? Just just imagining them at college, just one just super studious, the other one just like why are we lightheaded? Just like I wanna party taking like a fat bong rip.
It's having your own like adopted extrovert.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's useful.
Yeah.
Oh god, the introvert and the extrovert are in one body.
Yeah, like, oh my god, kill me. You're like, oh my god, yes, kill her. I wanna go partying. I mean, it's a regenerator, so we like just blow the one head off. It's like, all right, I got 3 days to do whatever the hell I want. I'm gonna get a tattoo on her arm.
This creates a very interesting character with a very interesting view on life and death.
Yeah. As long as one head is still there, right? Like it works out.
And as long as the entire body doesn't get vaporized.
Yeah. I mean, But I like to think of it like they act like they hate each other, but like they do actually care about it because they're sisters. Like that's like the whole thing. But like they have that
Mhm.
antagonistic relationship. All right, so we don't put anything from the background yet. That's at landmarks. Thank
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can mark it if you want to, but it
Yeah.
doesn't come into play until landmark 1.
Okay. Thank you for the follow, tall twink.
Nice.
I want that twink obliterated.
What that twink obliterated? Guards! Impregnate that man.
Yes.
All right, your next bit, once you've got your history figured out. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Is to apply your education. That's page 140.
140. 140 in the PDF or 140 on the actual page number?
That's the page numbers, so 141.
Okie doke. Making sure.
There we go.
So education in this case has to do with the corp town that you grew up in, under whose control it was, and then where you proceeded to kind of live your adult life. So where you went to, which could be the same place, or it could be a new place if you wanted to. So if you grew up in an ASR town, but then you were like, I'm gonna go join Progenitus or something like that, your educations would be ASR and Progenitus. If you stuck around in ASR, you could pick it twice. Any combination you want to do is applicable. And what's happening here is you're going to pick one of the skills here, one of the proficiencies written in these corps, and you get a boon in that proficiency.
Nice.
If you pick the same one twice, you get both of the proficiencies that are written there as boons.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Oh dear. We lost Ari.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Science is just generic science skill, right?
Yeah, it's chemistry or anything having to do with physics, knowledge, etc.
Okay. So we'll have. So I'm gonna have Rae'Chel have started at TTI. What company is TTI again? My brain doesn't want to work.
The Cthulhu one.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, would make sense that they would they would make a Hydra. That makes sense. And then like your adult life is where you like spend your time like as an adult, right?
Yeah, like where you went after your childhood.
So if I were to pick the IRPF as an example, that's not my character is a cop. It's my character lives in an area controlled by the cops.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so I'll do that then. Like, oh my god, why are we living in Cop Town? A cab. Don't fucking say that. Oh shit, my phone's ringing. I'll be back in a second.
So if I was going to go just straight spyglass, could I remove the fault and sabotage? And because it's got a boon for stealth, would I be able to just up that by 1?
So you've already got a Fulton's. No, that was you didn't have the Fulton stuff already.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so you would get a boon in that. And
Okay.
did you already have a Fulton sabotage?
I've got a fault and sabotage, yeah.
Then this would negate the Fulton sabotage. It would just be normal.
Okay, so it would just be a boon in sabotage, or just like it would cancel each other out?
They cancel each other out.
Okay. And so with stealth, because I already put the boon in stealth, what would I do with that? Just increase
Put it anywhere.
Okay, put it anywhere? Okay.
Yeah, you can't double up a boon or a fault. So if you end up with one that has a one that's already there, then you put it somewhere else. Boons and faults are reflective of particular emphasis your character spent trying to like learn a skill or
Okay.
skills they weren't able to learn. If it turns out that you were already awarded it by some other walk of life, either your appearance, your history, or whatever, then your character had that time to learn some other skill. So it
Okay.
just goes someplace else that you wanted.
Let's see. I'll put one in range combat. And I think the thing with Ari was that she's just getting a little overwhelmed. Which is totally understandable. Go. Oh, actually, here. Sorry, just rearranging stuff in the there we go. Rearranging stuff on stream. There we go. Okay. All right, so I've got that done. Go.
Are those figured out?
Yep.
Cool. Liv?
Liv, what you got?
Yeah, sorry. My partner called me because they're on their way home. They are informing me that there is currently a there's 8 inches of snow, and
Oh,
they're
jeez.
and they're going to be driving very carefully. They won't be back till late, and they're probably not going to work tomorrow. Which makes me really glad that my boyfriend wasn't able to get his car registration done today, because knowing him, he'd go out in it.
Yeah.
But at least my partner's is driving safe.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so my character grew up in TTI and then spent their adult life in IRPF. Probably went there because like oh my god, I want to go party. No, we're gonna be a doctor for the cops. Like, oh my god, you're no fun. Why do you
You
get
could be
control of
the
the
quirky.
legs?
Ooh, you could
Yeah.
be did you ever watch NCIS?
Oh god.
You're the quirky goth girl. I
Yes.
forget her name.
Abby.
Yes, Abby, thank you.
Yeah. Like I imagine it's like because Shell is like got control of most of, let's say because Ray's got control of most of the body, whereas Shell only has like an arm and her own neck. Like it's like, no, I'm deciding that we're going somewhere where you're going to have to learn to be disciplined. Like that's like the arc. Okay, what's next?
Okay.
We're coming up to the end of it at this point. So there's a customization options. They're on the page adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
You begin with 3 customization points and 3 personal quirks. Customization points are things you can spend on the list below there. So endure save, dodge save, resolve save, readiness, initiative. You can change your base mass, which would change your wounds. Or you can give yourself an additional personal quirk. Personal quirks are kind of like unique abilities based on your appearance and overall construction. So that's another one of those sections where you're going to be reading different abilities and picking something kind of like reclamations.
Okay.
I think what go ahead.
What does resolve do?
Resolve is kind of the equivalent to a will save.
Okay, so I'll just go initiative, resolve, dodge. Just spread those out.
Yeah, I'll do 1 initiative, one resolve, and 1. Yeah, I think dodge is good too. I'll just do 1 in each of those.
Okay. And then quirks are the next page.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another big section of different abilities. So you've got 3 of these that you can pick. These are kind of the equivalent to feats, but out of combat only.
Mhm.
Primarily, I think 1 or 2 of these might actually have some in-combat benefit, but for the most part, these are tended to be out of combat, and then techniques are in combat. Most of the game is separated into things that are either one or the other, so that you kind of know where you want to look if you're feeling weak in certain areas. If you feel weak in combat, you want to be looking in techniques. If you're feeling, weak out of combat, you want to be looking in quirks and some other operations and stuff.
So one of my quirks should be blip then, because I'm a Hydra.
Right. Well,
Okay.
so that kind of depends up to you. If you wanted to play a blip because you wanted that to be your background, that you were like an engineered kid, you
Mhm.
could, but you picked a morphism for aberrant anatomy. That is a
Oh.
general morphism for like something is just different.
Oh, okay.
They're all bioengineered creatures to begin with. Sometimes things just don't land in the exact same spot for everybody, and you could just be a reptile vector that happened to get a second head
Yeah,
as aberrant
Siamese
anatomy.
twins. Siamese twin stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I did just get raided one sec. Thank you for the raid, Runia. What were you up to? Thank you everyone coming
Runia.
here. Yeah. Those of you that don't know me, I am Liv the Cyberdole, fellow Elysian leg end.
Yes.
Right now we are doing character creation for Hick Svnt Dracones. Here be dragons. I'm playing a 2-headed Hydra called Rae'Chel. Ray is the quiet, studious one, and Shell is like, oh my god, she's such a bitch. Yeah. Stick around if you like TTRPGs, and there's just a variety of stuff. We're coming towards the end of the character creation stuff, right, Messi? Or is like how much? Yeah.
This is actually, I think, the last bit of it, short of getting equipment if you wanted to.
Which I think I do. Oh, Rooney has got the witch, not the witch. Whoops.
Dawitch, yeah, it's Dawitch.
Yeah. Wait, how am I not following you? What the hell? I hate Twitch sometimes. Twitch just unfollows me from people sometimes. It's really annoying.
Twitch is weird.
Yeah. Alright. But yeah, Hick Svnt Dracones. Weapons Grade Fund is the website where it is at, pinned at the top of my chat. I put down my Yuri to be here. Okay, so now we're just looking at our personal quirks, which are our feats. Uh... Grizzled. God. So Radiant is like someone who's telepathic, right?
Radiants are people who have better connection to their quill implants, basically, I think.
Yeah, it allows you to use transcendent technology in a way that's like gives you higher access to it.
Okay. And then, oh, there's 3 different types of quirk. Okay, there's presence, manipulation, and training. All right. Did you ask me? I asked you what you were doing. I was like, hey, yo, what you up to? Like, what crimes are you committing? Boyfriend on Ganymede. Hang on a second.
You think that's fun? You want to check out MacGuffin Muffins?
Oh my god.
Or was it a very pun-heavy phase?
Like, yes, I have a boyfriend. He's on Ganymede. You wouldn't know him. He goes to a different school. Oh my god, Diffuse would be so fun. It's just Shell saying something so stupid, it just changes the vibe.
Yeah. I picked charisma, friends in low places, and appropriately alert. Words. I feel like the last one synergizes well with her reclaimed hearing.
Yeah. Okay, so Diffuse, that's on page 147. I get 2 more. Minions. Who the hell do you think I am?
Just yeah, the thing with streaming is you're gonna have to stretch a lot because you're sitting in one place. You're settling.
Yeah. Oh my god. Who the hell do you think I am? Seems like a fun one. Like, just... Like, oh my god, who do you think I am? It's like, yeah, we're here to look at the, look at the
Ooh.
pipes. You know, like, I've got my high-vis vest, I got the clipboard, like, oh my god, I'm gonna tell your manager!
Oh, you might be able to do doctorate as well.
Oh shit, yeah, sorry, I'm actually just scrolling through them and just, like the ones that catch my gaze I'm looking at. Doctor might actually be fun.
Yeah, doctorate
Yeah.
lets you, once per episode, you can bypass security blockades in the name of humanitarian rescue. Won't necessarily get you into anything, but it allows use of most Progenitus and Mars Cove medical facilities provided they aren't top secret. You can, if you use, medical techniques, you can do so at these facilities without being questioned.
Yeah. Doctorate. I'm sorry if I'm being annoying, because I realize like I'm making fun of a character who is being annoying, and I realize that can very easily turn into actually being annoying.
It's okay.
No worries.
You've learned the most sacred of engineering secrets, knowing where to slam a device to get it to work better. Kick it a few times.
Kick it a few times. AKA percussive maintenance.
Oh my god, I saw Read a Book and I immediately thought about that that one song by is it Little John that did that song?
I'm not sure.
Read a book, read a book, read a
Read a
book.
book. Read a motherfucking book.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I don't know who
It sounds like
created
Little John,
it.
but it might be someone who just sounds like him.
Okay. You right, Messy?
I'm it's probably looks different on your stream. I'm poking beans.
Okay.
Oh.
Right, yeah.
Not my beans, no.
Poke the dole beans.
One of my models, the beans like glow in low light, so I have the monitor, the monitor brightness thing. So when I'm in like a really dark thing, I'm playing a space game and just look out into the void, like it just glows. Next time I get like a dole model, which hopefully will be somewhat soon because this one is very, very unfinished, and I feel like I got ripped off a little bit. Like I'm just gonna be like, hey, can you make the beans glow?
Mhm.
Give me a mission layers.
Isn't there an appearance quirk that you can get for that called bioluminescence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh.
I love this. I love the customization aspect of the game. It just can let you make anything.
That
Hmm.
is sort of that was a primary goal with this system, and I mean, I guess you've just kind of seen what that can result in. It does. There are a lot of lists, right?
Mhm.
So there's a lot of options, and each of them have their descriptions. And if people get overwhelmed by a lot of lists, then it's sort of a difficult thing to kind of go with. Which is why I
Mhm.
advise people have an idea in your mind, and then you can just find the thing that matches it. Because if you're trying to look at the whole thing like a menu, there's a lot of information there.
Yeah.
So
The other
Depends.
game that I am currently working on works in the opposite direction, where you have to make
Mm.
pretty much no mechanical decisions, and everything's based entirely off of like 2 minutes of vibe check.
Okay.
But it really just sort of comes down to what your gaming preferences are. HSD rewards you for wanting to be custom.
mhm.
If your
Mm.
goal is instead to kind of leap directly into it, you can, but it feels like you need to overlook a lot of information to do it.
Okay.
Because most of the information at the beginning of the book is there to allow you to be custom.
Okay.
I have a question about a specific quirk. So my character, she went to school to be a doctor. If I take practiced skill and I do like surgery, is that a thing I can do? Because it says specifically like dancing and all that, but like is that applied to like other things that people could do? Like if someone like trains to be a surgeon.
It will not affect your medical skills specifically,
Mm-hmm.
but it would be a like. Let me look at it really quick. Training.
I feel like I'm misunderstanding the quirk a little bit. I don't know.
Here we go. Yes, gotcha. Okay. Um, so the idea behind this is because let's say you wanted to play a fighter in D&D,
Mm-hmm.
but you wanted that fighter to also be a very good dancer.
Uh-huh.
Because it's a based system, you would either have to put skills into proficiency that isn't actually useful for your class, or you would have to find some way to, agree with the DM that you have this other skill that isn't reflected in your character's balance.
Oh.
This is in here so that you can be a thing and also have an ability in another thing without it having to eat up your actual proficiency points.
Okay.
If you wanted to have it be surgery, then this would kind of like give you some clout to use a surgical center. Not all doctors are surgeons, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to go into like a prestigious area and be like, I need to perform surgery on this person, they'd be like, well, what's your credentials? You'd be like, I'm a doctor, and also I'm a surgeon. And you could point to practice skill and say like, here's my credential. And I, as the guy, would be like, okay, that gets you through, and you can go use their surgery center or something like that. But typically, the idea behind it is this is a way that you could be like, yes, I'm a hacker, but also I'm an artist, and I have this thing over here that says I'm pretty good at it.
Oh, okay. So it's like off classing, like I know there's no classes here, but like kind of like an off classing kind of idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you can have some kind of reflection if you're asked upon to make a role. Like if you're like, I'm an artist, I know I want to paint a picture and I want to sell this picture for a lot of money. If you haven't had any way to purchase into that, then I, as the guy, don't have a way to tell you that you can't just kind of create currency out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have purchase, practice, skill in painting, then we can say, okay, make a skill check with, I don't know, athletics or operate that you've attached to painting. You've created a good piece. You could go sell that piece.
So, okay. So I could make one. The bear my tell me if I'm off base here. So I could make one that was called, say, schmooze, right? And it's like it goes off of, I guess that would be communication, and it's basically like Shell's ability to be like, oh my god, let's party, like, kind of thing.
Just
like
weaponized extrovert.
yeah, weaponized extroversion, yeah. Versus Ray,
I
who is
mean,
very much not that. I don't know. Am I
that's a
misunderstanding?
behavior, not a skill. So I guess it kind
No,
of depends on what it is you're trying to do with it.
it'd be like oh god, like the best way I can think to like describe this is in Cyberpunk. There is an ability that rocker boys get called uh God, what's it called? Charismatic leadership, and it's basically the idea that you can walk into a mosh pit and you can start like uh basically like influencing the mosh pit based on uh your presence as a singer.
Oh,
Like-
if you want that, that's hotline.
Commanding presence.
Yeah, or hotline.
Hotline?
But wait, hotline's more for media. So if you wanted to make Chell an influencer,
I would probably use commanding presence if you're trying to do that.
Okay. Where's commanding presence? I didn't see it.
471. 148, yeah. 148. Sorry.
48.
What am I thinking?
148.
Hi, Skelly. Welcome in. We're doing character creation.
Am I blind? Oh, there. Oh, all right. My eyes completely like skittered over it. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble reading the things. I don't have my glasses. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So we would just reflavor that to be less of a militant thing and more of a kind of
Bad influence.
social, party.
Force of personality.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry for misunderstanding that. Like that this is literally just a matter of I can't read right now.
It's okay.
And hi, I see. Yes, I did threaten you with this system, and we're going to play it. I'm going to make you play it because now that I've actually made a character in it, I like this system even more.
Skelly, no, the camera's not covering up the other person. That's the person on camera's Fuki.
Yeah.
What's a Fugi?
Fugi is like
so
the
if you look
little bouncing picture.
Yeah, so if you look on you're watching Liv's channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you see how I'm presented on Liv's channel?
No,
Like
I see Wingstop.
Hmm.
We gotta wait another 30 seconds before I see anything else.
Oh dear, ads.
Oh no.
Wingstop is sounding pretty good though. Not
Yeah?
gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'd do it over Canes, but
God,
I mean,
yes, Canes.
I mean, maybe if you want like a personal pan pizza on the side, I guess. If you want chicken and pizza, I guess. I don't know.
God, I want Canes now.
I want
Canes so
All right.
bad.
Actually, though, I would actually commit a homicide for Bojangles right now. I went to Bojangles once when I was moving from Florida to Michigan. And like we went to Kentucky and we saw a KFC with a Bojangles next to it and went like, you know, it'd be really funny being in Kentucky and going to fucking Bojangles instead of KFC. And we did it as a joke, but it was so good. Oh, like it kicks the absolute living tar out of KFC. Oh my god.
and I can see this stream.
Yeah, Brock is the little bouncing picture over there.
Yeah, the orc. The blue feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Fugi. And on
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so like if I took away the camera thing, then there you go. Mods, we got a bot. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna get this thing myself.
Okay. So I got my quirks. Brock has got her quirks. Next is equipment.
Band.
Next is equipment. But that can be done with your own purchasing. So you start up with 1,000 credits. And you can go purchase whatever equipment you want, weapons, armor, anything with a gear score below 3.
Okay.
Okay.
So 2 and under. but that's it for character creation, really.
Cool.
Okay. Nice.
Your characters are ready. They just don't have any gear right now.
Right.
Yeah. What page is?
Which is good timing because I'm actually gonna have to dip here. I have to go pick up my kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go pick up kid. And thank you. Appreciate this.
Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah.
helping. Like this actually
Hopefully it
helped.
wasn't
Like
too strenuous.
no, this helped
Not
clear
at
up a
all.
lot of like, cause I watched the video and I was like, okay, I hear it, but I don't understand it. Like this actually kind of cleared up a lot of that. Thank you.
Mm.
All right,
Uh,
y'all. Good luck with the rest of your stream.
Yeah.
And
Good one.
we'll catch up.
Bye bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
And then I'm just gonna.
Okay, where's that capture here?
There we go.
There we go.
That one. Okay. What?
We'll
Now
go
I just
over
got
here now.
Now I just gotta find what page. What page the equipment is on.
Let's take a look and see. Now I'm curious how we would do stuff for like making a lateral version of my character.
I'm trying to find the equipment. 'Cause I want to see the like I don't think I got the brain sauce to do another character. But like
Right.
I do want to actually get my equipment, but I can't find what
Here we
page it's
go.
on.
186 in the book, so probably like 187. There we go.
Hmm.
So, let's see, the beginning of the game, we figure you have your own toggle with toggle case, backpack. If you're lateral, you get a push frame. You have rent, and food for 1 week. Rent for 1 month and food for a week.
Sorry, what page? 180.
187.
Is that PDF page or real page?
That's PDF page.
Okay.
Should say item list at the top there, as well as 1 credit purchases.
Okay. So we start with. We have a
Toggle and toggle case.
toggle and toggle case. And toggle is like the phone, right?
Toggle is the little like button thing that has all your information and stuff on it. Actually, let me pull it up. Let's see. Toggle. General items.
All right.
Toggle is. Here we go. A small quarter-sized button that can be affixed to any smart surface and pressed to activate a personal screen. Almost every glass, metallic, or reflective surface in vector communities are a smart surface. By fixing a toggle to it, a vector can bring up their own personal interfacing window for purchasing things, working, conferencing, or anything else you might use a computer for. The screen will appear on the surface itself, and a digital motion camera within the toggle itself will allow you to navigate using hand motions to take pictures should you need to. They store no information natively other than the identity and security login of the vector it owns. Grinds, welcome in.
Hi guys.
Oh, and Narissa getting rated.
Oh yeah. Get rated, Stinky. I wanna like get like weapons and armor. Oh, I should probably get the emergency responder kit. 'Cause my character's a doctor.
Oh my gosh, thank you for the raid, you two. Double raid. What does it mean? What does it all mean, man?
No! Go to prison!
Meme jail, no.
Prison forever!
But yeah. Welcome in, Raiders. It's good to see you all. For those of you who it's your first time, my name is Braca. I'm your friendly neighborhood orc bardarista. I'm here with Liv the Cyberdole. We're doing
Hello.
character creation for Svnt Dracones. Here there are dragons. We had such a horrible time. The game was fighting us and being awful. Oh no, I'm sorry. I hope that you're still able to have a little bit of fun. But if you need to, rest, if you need to if you need to raid and rest, because we're using that term now instead of raid and run, because raid and run feels like it's something that is, I don't know, it gets like, it feels very much like just dipping out instead of raid and rest, which is like, you know, you need to take a minute to just like settle in and, you know, just unwind, because this takes a lot out of us instead of just running. So yeah, definitely raid and rest if you need to. Stretch, get water, get noms, lurk, or just if you need to go sleep, go sleep. It's totally okay. As I always say on my channel, your physical and mental well-being is always going to be paramount over your butt in a seat. But yeah, what were you saying, Liv?
I'm gonna look into getting like weapons and armor before I look. I think I'm just gonna get weapons and armor, and then I think like whatever else I get, other than like the emergency responder kit, like because like
Right.
it's probably just gonna be something I do like closer to the actual time.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Where's weapon? I'm gonna give my character like a pistol in each hand because one head controls one arm, the other controls the other. It's just bang bang.
Right.
I'm assuming like dual wielding.
Mm.
Uh, bug out ball.
Clothing. Okay, there's that. Oop. Oh no! OBS disconnected. No.
Disconnected.
Couldn't, just had a crash.
Aw.
Working on reconnect.
This armor. Oh god.
I'm gonna stop and restart stream.
Okay. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, I was almost getting okay. This game puts
What do you mean my stream? What do you want? What do you mean my stream key is again?
It's because you disconnected while it was trying to reconnect.
So do I need to readjust my stream key or
No. Like you literally just give it like it will quit trying to reconnect after like a minute.
Okay. So just wait for a minute and then try again?
Yeah.
Okay.
HEV suit. Oh my god. I guess I'm just gonna have like a bullet. I guess I'm just gonna have a bulletproof vest. I guess because that's like only 50 credits. Bulletproof vest, light. It costs 50 credits, I think. 50 credits with a gear score of 0.
Okay. Let's wait a few more seconds and then try again.
Page 222. Yeah. Yeah, I see. Like you should maybe read this. It's a fun system. My brain is tiny and I have been streaming like trying to learn the system for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright. I just want like 2 pistols. Right? How does tool wielding work?
There should be a section on it in like combat or something.
Hmm.
Hmm. See.
Oh my god. Chat. Chat, I'm just gonna bring the PDF over real quick. Wood. Wood. Wood.
Which one is
Wood.
what are we talking about with wood?
Wood.
What page?
Page 238. Wood.
Oh,
Wood.
I see what you're talking about. Okay.
Yes.
For those curious in my chat,
Do you
it's
It's
this
this wolf guy.
gentleman.
Wolf guy, yeah.
Yes. This
Oh,
wolf gentleman.
Do you concur, Wood?
Yeah, I concur. Very much would.
Alright. Handgun. One-handed. Oh god, there's multiple handguns.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different handgun options.
I guess I'll take two of this first handgun, I guess, and go from there.
Got 1,000 credits to play with. Can't do
So,
anything above
850.
gear level 3.
And this is
Okay.
gear level 1.
Gear scope. Okay. Item list.
100. 200.
We have 1,000 credits to play with.
Okay. Page. 6, 7, 238. I do want to get like a physical copy of these books. This looks really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Also, looking at PDFs makes my eyes go cross-eyed for a little bit.
True. Yeah, gotta love technology, Skelly.
Love it. Awesome. Alright, so I got my 2 pistols, I got my bulletproof vest. I don't really know how to... Like, I don't really know how armor affects my mass. If it does at all.
That might be something we have to ask Messi about.
Oh. Okay, the one I picked has 0 mass alternation. Yeah, so it's probably fine. Has a +1 to endure. Don't know where to note that, so I will hopefully bring that up. Oh, armor penalty, base move, armor penalty. My armor does not have a penalty, but I have an endure bonus, which I don't know where to. I am going to assume that when we start properly, Messi will double check our sheets, or very least I will ask her to, because I'm very scared now. Teacher has left the room. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on how the apps work for the toggles.
Yeah.
So I'll hold off on that one until later.
Yeah.
But I do think I will at least pick up an SDS, Sonic Descent System. It uses sound to let you drop from like heights without getting hurt.
Pat, once again, wood.
Which one?
Page 262 on the PDF. Once again, chat.
Oh
Would-
yeah, the Intellimorph stuff.
Would I know what I'm about?
For
See,
those
there's
in chat who are curious.
yeah, there's another one I would say would for, but I feel like if I did, everyone would look at me funny.
Valid. Wait, this was what was not made of wood, but causing wood. A
God damn it!
stick around, love. You'll know that I make weird, funny, like he who haha sex puns sometimes.
Hee hoo hee hoo hoo hee hoo hee hoo.
People see me as the very like comfy, wholesome streamer, but I am known to do sex pun from time to time.
Yeah. Man, I do gotta like just hold all my fronts at gunpoint because I need to practice this game. I think. Damn furries. Fuck you. Fuck you, Icy. Your profile picture is Starlight Glimmer. Shut up. Like I know you have a persona in there somewhere, Horseman. Boy. With that, Braca,
50, I think.
are you
Yeah.
going to be streaming much longer, or is this the only thing you had for today?
This was honestly the only thing that I had going on today.
Okay. I want to get back to writing my lesbians, so I'm going to probably end my stream and raid out.
All right.
So
I think that we could probably call it here too. This will be a short stream for today, because I'm kind of getting a little.
Today's not a stream day for me anyway, so.
Yeah.
Oh, do we want to rate the same place or?
Yeah. Let's see who's on.
Pank's online if you know them.
Oh
wait, no, my boyfriend's streaming. My boyfriend's streaming. Never mind.
Yes, we're going to do boyfriend raid. Name,
All right.
please. Like,
Tempered Wolf 729. I will.
There they are.
Yep.
Got them. Craven trailer ad.
Yep. Yeah, we are going to raid into the boy. Raid message is here be dragons.
Yes. We shall do it as well.
Here be dragons. There's your raid message. I will see everybody tomorrow. I was going to originally do Veilguard, but I might just do Tactical Breach Wizards because I've been promising that for a month, and every time I've gone to do it, something has happened. What are you doing this week, Raka?
Tomorrow I'm going to be playing the demo for Crescent County. Highly recommend this. It's an indie project, very queer. You get to kiss girls and be a girl, and it's you're racing brooms. You're racing customizable like motor brooms.
Love
doing not just street racing, but you're also doing like deliveries like DoorDash style stuff. And trying to customize your apartment and kiss girls.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, my stream's at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mine's at 8 p.m.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna hit the raid thing. Everybody be ready. Chris is playing Lethal Company with a bunch of his friends. And they're doing the mansion, so they're going to get got by Goku. That's just how it's gonna be. Have a good everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.